Hi. We're going to do an energy session right now about spreading cheer. But actually, it's about spreading whatever you'd like to spread, whatever you'd like to radiate out from yourself. Because it's all possible, it's all doable, and it's all wonderful. Did you ever notice how when sometimes somebody comes into a room, they just sort of fill the room with this wonderful presence? You can do that too. Everybody's body system occupies about 55 feet in diameter. That's about 16.7 meters in diameter. And it's not really a sphere, it's more like an egg shape. So let's just get started right in. Because anybody that's inside your egg, inside your sphere of influence, can be affected by whatever you do. Let's try doing some of it now. So I'd like you to all close your eyes and have the thought to activate the base chakra. That's a chakra that's below the feet. But just have the thought to activate it, and it'll do it. You might notice tingling in your toes or in your shins as the energy begins to flow. Energy needs to flow. It's not your energy or my energy. What's yours and mine is our crystalline structure with which we allow the energy to flow or not flow. We get stuck, we get blocked, and it's the energy that's getting stuck and blocked, but it's our crystalline structure that's ours to change and adapt if we choose. So now let's just choose to be in the center of the core of being. Just have that thought. You don't need to know where it is. But I think I better explain who you are. You are your consciousness. Your super consciousness, your conscious awareness, your subconscious, your unconscious. This is the part of you that's immortal, that goes from incarnation to incarnation. And what we experience here as a projection of our multidimensional self in three-dimensional space, we don't have to get into all the details. But you are basically your consciousness. All the rest, unless you complete and master ascension, stays behind when you leave. Your astral body, your etheric body, your emotional body, your mental body, all stays behind. It all passes. It's all part of your shell. It's all part of your human existence. But your consciousness, you, choose to be in the center of the core being right now. And the center of the core being is sort of like being in the center of a hurricane, not a tornado. The center of a hurricane is one of the most peaceful, beautiful days you'll ever experience. And all the Maya, all the illusion, is going around and around the outside, and it's really easy to get sucked up into it. So just choose to be in the center of the core being. You might notice that thoughts have sort of stopped, that whole monkey mind. Millions of thoughts a second. It stops. The emotional influence stops. Instead of being located in your brain where you're tapped into this incarnation and what you've experienced here and now in this lifetime, now you're tapped into the universal database. And when you learn how to access it, you can know anything you want to know. Because everything that is, was, or will be is in the center of the core being. Good. I just wanted to give you some time to experience that. So now let's choose to be in the I am presence. Be at the throne of God. Be with Source. Whatever wording works best for you. That just has to do with your neural net and the connotation. Some people have different experiences when they move their conscious awareness into the I Am presence. Sometimes we get stuck around our soul level. Just push through and be all the way up in the I Am presence. Great. So now let's take 3 relaxed, deep breaths through your nose if you can. If you can't do it through your nose, do it through your mouth. But relaxed is so important, and so much more important than deep. And when you're done, keep your eyes closed and just choose to be in the center of the core being again. So before we can learn how to radiate Shakti out into the environment, we should learn how to call it forth, how to experience it. So I'd like you to ask for divine peace. And if you think you can't, then you can't. If you think you can, then you can. That's simple. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying, right? You can't separate it. So let's just allow. It's all about allowing. So call in divine peace. And I'm radiating out divine peace to you right now. And now just breathe it in through your nose if you can. And fill the center of the core with divine peace. Feels pretty good, huh? So, in order to work with Shakti, we need to give it boundaries. We need to give it limitations. Shakti is part of the oneness. And to work with it, we have to give it a purpose or a time frame or any other limitations that are necessary for what we're trying to achieve. So just fill the center of the core being and now allow it to radiate outwards and fill your entire body system, that whole 16.7 meters in diameter you, 55 feet for those in the US. So you're affecting people, if you're in an apartment, about 2 stories above you, 2 stories below you. And if you have a postage stamp apartment, then you're affecting people to either side of you as well. And everybody has those realms of influence, those energy fields around them. And that's okay. It's just how it works. So just radiate this divine peace out and fill your entire body system. And now let it go and let it dissipate. So now I'd like to call forth and ask you to call forth divine love. I'm going to have you do it first, and then I'll add it to it. But I want you to try first. Ask for divine love. Divine love is this amazing energy form. It's a beautiful waveform with an extremely wonderful bandwidth. It resonates really high on the charts. And it heals everything. everything. But the problem with divine love isn't with divine love, it's with us. Very often we do not allow the divine love in. So here's divine love. Breathe that in and let it come in. Even if it brings up fears, even if it brings up anything else, just be in the center of the core being and to breathe in the divine love and radiate it out through your body system. We didn't give it a purpose, we're just experiencing it at this point. Good. Good, good, good. Does the divine love feel different than divine peace for you? There's so many divine Shaktis we can work with. Divine healing, divine guidance, divine abundance, divine prosperity. I'd like you to call forth divine joy. And breathe in divine joy, same as we've been doing. Breathe it in through your nose if you can. And fill the whole center of the core being with divine joy. And breathe it in and really breathe it in. And I'm radiating it out to you as well. Can you feel that smile building up inside of you? Can you feel it coming up onto your face? How wonderful is that? How absolutely wonderful. And you can feel joyous whenever you want. Happiness requires some kind of an external influence, experience. Certain people might make you happy. Certain places. Some people are happy when they're eating certain foods. But then when you're not doing those things, the happiness might dissipate. Divine joy, on the other hand, is a choice, and you can call it forth anytime you want. And there's divine compassion and all kinds of wonderful divine Shakti to work with. But here's another good one to work with. Please ask right now for divine grace. And breathe in divine grace. Doesn't divine grace feel different than the joy, different than the divine love, different than the divine peace? Breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in. Fill the center of the core being with it. And radiate it out. And fill your entire body system, that whole 55 feet in diameter you. If you are specifically holding this energy like you are right now, and you may have heard people talk about holding energy, holding sacred space, anybody coming into your realm of influence is now being influenced by that energy. And when you pluck a guitar string, the one next to it starts to vibrate. Just plain old, simple, sympathetic vibration. So they start to feel better. Cool. Have you ever been with someone and whenever you're with that person, you just feel drained? It's like they're an energy vampire sucking you dry. Well, why not ask for divine grace, or divine joy, or divine love, or divine peace, or all of them? And just sort of radiate it out. And let this person pull all the energy they want. because there's an infinite amount of energy, and you can choose to allow it to continue to radiate through you. Kind of neat. Good, good, good. So what if we wanted to send out some energy? And we wanted to send healing energy to all the people at a hospital near you. So let's choose a hospital near you, whatever one you want. And in the center of the core of being, we don't know what to ask for. Divine love heals everything, but if the person doesn't let it in, what good is it? So we can ask for the necessary Shakti, which will absolutely work. But then again, the possibility that the person doesn't let it in exists. But if we ask for the appropriate energy for that person in this time, there you go. So let's do that. Let's ask for the appropriate energy. We don't know what it's called. We don't know its name. Ask for the appropriate energy to heal all the people. We'll give it limitations. Let's say from midnight last night to midnight tonight. All the people who entered that hospital. The people who drop people off to work. The cafeteria workers, the janitors, the candy stripers, the nurses' assistants, the nurses. All the different ISTs, radiologists, urologists, all the lab technicians, all those wonderful nurses and doctors and surgeons and everybody, all the visitors who come to visit all the sick people. And we might as well include the sick people too. Since we're doing it anyway, let's ask for this necessary Shakti to heal all these people. Breathe it in through your nose now. And breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in. Yes. And now in the center of the core being, you may have heard me talk about it before, that's where your node is. Your node on the grid of humanity. So now let's just radiate this Shakti from your node in the center of the core being out to all the nodes of all the people who are at that hospital at any point between midnight last night and midnight tonight. And let the energy radiate out. It's just that simple. That's using the grid system to radiate energy out and help people. Good. Good, good, good. So now why don't you help me? And we'll do this together. When two people do the same energy work at the same time, it's more effective than 1 + 1. So let's just breathe in divine peace. Please ask for divine peace right now. And breathe it in through your nose. Fill up the center of the core being with it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to send it to everyone involved in the Syrian refugee crisis. And I think it's a crisis when that many people are homeless. So let's radiate it out to all the people. That's the refugees themselves, and all the people of power, and all the people who vote on any issues regarding how to help these people humanely. And I'll let them to continue their lives and grow. So we'll breathe in this energy together. And now from your node in the center of the core being, let's radiate this out to all those people. The Shakti is smart. The Shakti knows who to go to. Just let it go. And that's how to send energy out using the grid system. There's 4 main ways of radiating Shakti out. We're going to work with 2 of them tonight. So the next way, now that we still have divine peace within us, let's just radiate it out. And instead of radiating it out to fill our body system, let's radiate it out and fill the entire property of the building that we're in. Let's go 15 feet below the lowest part of the building. Sewer pipes, whatever's underground, 15 feet below that, all the way to the edges of the property. And let's go 20 feet above the highest point of the property. Maybe there's antennas on the building. And all the way to the edges of the property. And just allow this divine peace to radiate forth and fill that entire space. And before I start getting calls and emails about but, you have the free will choice to send it out. If you're in an apartment building, you're affecting a lot of people. You have the divine right, the free will choice to send out the divine peace. The person on the receiving end has the divine right and the free will choice to accept it or not accept it. It's just an opportunity being presented to them. So we are not usurping anyone's free will choice. And I don't recommend usurping people's free will choice. It's not my way. And it's kind of my definition of evil. When you take away someone else's free will choice. So good. And that's easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Just radiating out, giving the Shakti a boundary. Well, why do we need to give Shakti boundaries anyway? Well, let's think about that for a moment. If you are in the oneness, and you're part of oneness, you are here, and you are there. And you can't go from here to there, because you're already both. So if you're here and there and you can't move, you can't change. And if you can't change, you can't grow. But the oneness keeps growing. And the way the oneness keeps growing is it sends out aspects of itself with limitations, parts of itself that accept these limitations and boundaries in order to be able to move, to change and grow. And when we're done this call, you can go look in a mirror and see one of those aspects. In the same way, this divine Shakti, these divine energy waves, they're just there. They radiate all the time. And what we're doing is we're focusing it. We're giving it a purpose. We're giving it a space, a time, whatever it is, whatever our boundaries are that we choose to give it. And it works really well. And that's the best way to work with Shakti, to give it those boundaries. Good, good, good. So it really is that simple. So right now, if you've opened your eyes again, let's close them. Let's be in the center of the core being. And maybe something's going on at work. Maybe something's going on with your body. Maybe something's going on with your kids. Maybe. Whatever your situation, just ask for the necessary Shakti, unless you have some doubt and some fear, and then ask for the appropriate Shakti. But you're asking for this energy for yourself. So I'd ask for the necessary Shakti to help you get through, fill in the blank. Let's do this now. Just ask for that energy that's going to help you get through. Maybe asking for guidance to get the appropriate answers. That's a hint. You can do that too. Maybe it's healing, and you don't know what would work best for your energy system, your crystalline structure. So just ask for the necessary Shakti to heal whatever the situation is. And if you're having pain in your left shoulder, the cause might be in your causal body, or you're in an emotional body. We don't know. So just breathe in this energy, and let's attach it to your node in the center of the core being. And we can affect the energy if we want. We can make sure it's turned on and activated. We can kick it into a higher energetic state, just like in chemistry. We can amplify it, turning up the waveforms like if you were watching an oscilloscope. And just allow this energy to radiate out to where it needs to go to help you with whatever situation you're working on right now. And just let it go. It's just that simple. It's just that easy. Sometimes the change is immediate. And sometimes, for various reasons, the result is a little bit slower in getting there. But that's okay. The result is coming. And you can repeat this. You can do it again and again and again. And you might know how to use the violet flame and the sacred fire to transmute and replace the things that no longer serve you on your path, right? To start helping to shift your crystalline structure to allow the energy to flow in a better way. Good. And if you don't, well, now you do. The violet flame transmutes. Thank you, Saint Germain. And the sacred fire is what we choose to use to replace whatever was there before. Thank you, Master Jesus. And we take these energies and allow them. That's all. It's just that simple. As you do this energy work, there's something that you should realize. Whatever you're focusing on is what you're going to attract. There's no difference in attracting something negative or attracting something positive. You think about it, that's what's going to happen. So if you're sick and you're focused on being sick and trying to get over the sickness, well, it's not about the negative, it's about the positive. So what you're doing is you're actually just helping yourself stay sick on some levels. But if you focus on being well and you word it that way, right? Because the thoughts are prayers and we are always praying. So if the thoughts are there from the positive aspect of being healthy, of being happy, of being rejuvenated, then that's what you'll attract. So guess what happens if you're focusing on your bills and the fact that your bank account doesn't have enough money to pay all your bills, and you get the point? Or do you focus on the abundance of life and having everything you need to have all of your needs met? Or prosperity to go beyond that? Right? So if you want to work with divine abundance or divine prosperity or both, right? So focus on the positive part, not what you don't have, but what you do have and what you do want. Right? Sometimes people are in a relationship and they feel stuck in the relationship and they don't want to be in that relationship. Well, don't do energy work that's going to accentuate the relationship and pull you into a new relationship that's basically the same with a different person. Focus on the aspects of the relationship that you do want to emphasize. Focus on the positive parts. So let's take a moment, and I'm going to help create sacred space, which can act as a catalyst to make the work you choose right now, more effective. So focus on the positive aspect of what you want to work on, what you want to do. Ask for the necessary Shakti to bring that to you, to attract that, to create that, to manifest that. Whatever wording you want to use. And ask for that Shakti and breathe that Shakti in through your nose if you can, and fill the center of the core of being with it. It helps if you're in the center of the core of being also. And it also helps if you're allowing the energy to flow. So have the thought to activate that base chakra. In the beginning of doing this work, we have to activate the base chakra a lot, because it just sort of stops. We're not in the habit of having it flowing freely there. Not a problem. Just have the thought to activate it. And breathe in this energy, and breathe in this energy, and breathe in the energy. And in my way of counting the body system, there's 11 major bodies. Do you know which body it needs to go to and where in each body? I certainly don't. So we just radiate it out and fill our entire body system with this energy. Let it go there. Let it be there. Maybe you have a headache and the cause was in your causal body, or the cause was in your emotional body, or the cause was in a pinched nerve in your neck. Who knows? The Shakti knows. Just allow it to radiate. Allow it to be there. Allow allow it to flow. And allow it now. So that now that we know a little bit better how to work with this energy, let's get back to the purpose of spreading cheer. Maybe you're going into a business meeting. Maybe you're going to church. Maybe you're going to a meditation group. Maybe you're going wherever you're going. What would you like to share with those people in an unseen way that'll help them in that moment, that'll help the situation, right? Maybe it's divine peace. Maybe it's divine joy. Maybe it's divine grace. Maybe it's divine compassion. Maybe you don't know, and so you ask for the appropriate Shakti. And you can either radiate it out to everyone there, like if you go into a concert and you're in this huge concert hall. What if you were able to radiate divine healing to everyone there? Wouldn't that be a neat thing? That some of the people would allow this healing in and be healed? Nice. Maybe you're just going into a business meeting. Maybe you just wanted to radiate out divine peace. The one I don't recommend is divine light. You can use divine light on yourself. You can use divine light on an issue or on a place. But if you use divine light on other people, they'll start to not like you, subconsciously, unconsciously, or even consciously. Because if you shed light on something, it forces people to be in truth. And most people like to live along the riverbanks in Africa. Denial is such a wonderful place to be, and they don't want to leave that. Don't force them out of that. We don't want to force change on people. We want to allow people to be at peace with themselves, or experience peace, or have the opportunity to experience peace, or joy, or grace, or compassion, or abundance, or prosperity. Excuse me. So you're going into a business meeting. So why not choose divine peace? And breathe in divine peace. You're allowed to do that. Anchored on your node, you're allowed to do that. And fill your entire body system with divine peace. Now you're holding that space, that place of divine peace. Basically 27.5 feet in any direction. That's a pretty big room for most business meetings. So everyone in that room will be under the influence of divine peace. Right? And because you're consciously choosing it and consciously holding it, it'll be much more effective. I think you guys can get the gist. So you can create whatever space you want to create. So now, let's do something together. Let's all breathe in divine joy, divine peace, and divine grace. Breathe it in through your nose. Breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in. More, more, more. More, 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 more. And let's turn it on and activate it. Let's energize it into that higher energetic state. Let's amplify it. Let's lock it in on our node. These wonderful, wonderful Shakti, divine peace, divine joy, divine grace. Allow the smile to come on your face. Don't fight it. Let it flow. And now together, let's give the opportunity for everyone on the grid of humanity, and that's every single person on this planet, the opportunity to experience divine peace, divine joy, and divine grace right now in this very moment. So let's allow these divine Shakti to radiate out from our node and go to every node on the grid of humanity. So when you go into work tomorrow, or wherever it is you're going, at some point you're going to be with a group of people. Radiate out divine joy, just like we did just here, just now. And watch the effect it has on other people. Watch the effect it has on you. You don't have to seek happiness if you can be joyous whenever you want. Makes life a whole lot easier. Be well, my friends. Be so well. God bless.